A 3, a 2, a 1. Hey, yokas, and welcome to Be Still VoiceWorks. I'm excited that you're here, and today we're going to talk about the Heyoka Empath. My graphics didn't work. The Heyoka Empath. Nope, okay. So I speak a lot on empaths and the different types of empaths that I have discovered in my lifetime. It took me forever to realize that I was an empath, which, if I'm like you guys, or if you guys are like me, means that you suffered a lot growing up, that you didn't know who loved you and how to love properly, and you had no clue why you always felt so bad, and why everything hurt, and why you cared so much about people, and why you asked your parents not to say certain things. You had no earthly idea why you were how you are. Well, I'm here to tell you you're absolutely perfect, beautiful, stunning, and amazing. You are the most insanely awesome type of person that exists because you have what I like to call, and I wrote this word, I came up with it, I swear, you have love. True love. You have it inside you. By the way, I did not come up with the word love. I believe that was someone named Alexander Hamilton. Yes, he did. Anywho, the empath is, or the Heyoka empath is slightly different than a standard empath. The Heyoka belongs to the Lakota tribe. It's a very particular, very sacred type of personality called the sacred clown. Now, I'm not the kind of person who enjoys appropriating any cultures, but I do use the term Heyoka because it's the closest thing to what I've discovered myself to be. I am Native American. I'm of the Muskogee Nation, the Porch Band Creeks. A lot of us are down in Clearwater, Florida, but many of us are out in Oklahoma. So I don't feel like I have the right to take a term from anyone who has been using it as part of their religion and their sacrament for so long, but I do believe that I am entitled to be who I am. So if you have a problem with that, I do apologize. I'm not appropriating anyone. I'm not trying to cause anyone to be upset with me, but the Heyoka is what I am. Heyoka, or sacred clown, is the type of personality like called the trickster. You're always the class clown, but not just telling jokes. The things that you say, sometimes you have inside jokes with yourself, but they often teach a lesson to someone else. Something that you do, maybe not on purpose as a young person, but as you age, you learn how to influence others around you by doing certain things to them or by acting a certain way yourself. The Heyoka empath is always joking around. The Heyoka empath is never serious because the Heyoka doesn't believe in being serious. We know that this earth, this life, this existence that we're part of is nothing more than just a piece of an ever-ending puzzle, just a piece of a cyclical life, just a piece of this beautiful existence that's non-existential all at the same time. We know that there's a greater thing outside of our lives, that there's a greater thing outside of ourselves, and that we, ourselves, are not just one thing, but we are everything. And we use our wit and our sometimes bad attitude and our funny way about going, our funny way of going about things to the benefit of others. The Heyoka empath loves playing tricks on people. And sometimes it's subtle. One of the things that I like to do is, for instance, someone will be like, okay, when we get home, we're going to walk in the door, we're going to take our shoes off, and we're going to sweep. And then you say, okay. So you're driving, you get home, you open the front door, and as soon as the front door opens, you say, hey, I've got an idea. Let's take our shoes off, and then we'll go in and sweep. And we kind of reiterate what other people have said to us sometimes because what we already knew what we were going to do. And it's funny sometimes to reciprocate something back to a person that they delivered to you. Now, I don't know how to come up with examples of what we do because being a Heyoka, sometimes you just kind of go with what your instinct tells you to do. You go with your inside. And you always want those around you to better themselves, to be better. And you think that you are the conduit for that. So if growing up, you look at someone on the street who's homeless and you feel deep within you, almost as if you are that person. You feel the love and you feel compassion for them. That's empathy. Hey, look. It's PJ. PJ, tell them about empaths.
Well, the empath is really strong and compassionate and loving.
But we feel that way about everyone, about the entire world, about all of existence, that we truly love and care and want that to grow. And we can't figure out how to do that the same way as everyone else. We can't just write a PowerPoint presentation or walk out into the street with a sign that says do this or that. No, we have to be a little bit more creative, a little more funny about it. A lot of Heyoka empaths actually become very famous actors. I'm quite convinced that Jim Carrey is a Heyoka empath. Now, a lot of other celebrities are unfortunately pedophiles and involved in a giant worldwide scam about stealing our children, but that's neither here nor there. So the Heyoka empath oftentimes finds themselves in bad situations in life because of their jokester nature. And we have to find a way to speak about the Heyoka empath in the world that we currently live in, and not in the world when it was originally created. The Heyoka of the ancient native time was much different than the Heyoka would be today. We have a lot more tools at our disposal. That's weird, in our garbage disposal. We have a lot of tools I can't talk, guys. We have a lot of tools at our disposal as Heyoka empaths. I can only do it when I do a ridiculous voice. But we have to find our way. So a lot of Heyokas use social media, and they will sometimes seem like trolls coming at you. But if you ever notice that troll actually cares about you and is simply stimulating your mind so that you learn something new, that person may be a Heyoka. If you think it's funny to teach people lessons, not in a mean way, but not like you're like, I'm going to teach him a lesson. Rah! But if you want to teach people lessons and the only way you can think about doing it is coming up with something funny, some pneumatic device that's hilarious, or some joke, you're probably Heyoka. Now, Heyoka have a deep connection with their spirituality. A Heyoka is oftentimes really involved with God or really involved with metaphysics. The Heyoka empath understands the nature of the soul and understands the nature of our existence, and they use that to separate themselves from the seriousness of reality and instead ingrain themselves in the comedic value in life and in lessons. So, if you think that you are a Heyoka and you find yourself to always be joking, or in your mind you're always thinking weird things that people don't understand, come to me and ask me some questions, because there's no way I could answer them all in this simple little podcast that's a stream of consciousness from my mind. I've said this before, I don't like to write things because as I'm staring at myself right there, talking into this microphone, I have absolutely no idea what it is that I'm going to say. And I like it that way because perhaps something good will come out from me that's meant for one of you. As always, guys, I love you so much. You are amazing. You are beautiful. Your light exists on this earth independent from all other light. It is unique, and it will never occur again. That's you. Beautiful, perfect, special, incredible, amazing. I love you. Be still. You'll never find someone who cares, someone who loves you the way that I do.